Hi, I'm Hannah Bernard. You're watching Market 1 Minute, and I'm here today with Mike Allen of Northern Empire Resources. Thank you so much for being with us. So let's start off by talking about the management team and some of the successes that they have had that they can draw experience from.
Right, the management team really starts from the top. The executive chairman is a fellow by the name of Doug Hurst. Mm-hmm. Doug was a founder of Newmarket Gold, which was sold last year to Kirkland Lake Gold for approximately $1 billion. Doug was also a founder of International Royalties, which was sold to Franco-Nevada for about $700 million. Also on the board of directors is two gentlemen named Jim Paterson and John Robbins. They founded and sold Kaminak to Goldcorp in 2017. Myself, I'm an advanced project geologist. I have been working in Nevada for about 10 years, looking at different assets and really evaluating them for acquisitions. Also rounding out the board is the team that founded and ultimately sold off Underworld Resources, which is Adrian Fleming, Jeff Sundar, and Daryl Carty. That was founded and sold off in the early 2000s. But we have a really broad board in terms of founding companies, marketing companies, and ultimately either developing or selling companies.
And I want to talk about the exciting asset that the company has, of course, the Sterling project. Yeah. Can you tell us what attracted the management team to this project?
Well, the first thing that attracted us to it is the grade. We looked at several different projects, and ultimately the Sterling project, which consists of both the Sterling Gold Mine and what we are calling the Crown Project, had the highest grade. The project level is 2.2 grams per ton gold, and we've got about 709,000 ounces. If you break it out and look at the permitted production for the Sterling Gold Mine, it's about 3.67 grams per ton. We are permitted into production. Other things that we liked about the project, obviously the permits. The jurisdiction is very important. Nevada is a tier 1 jurisdiction. It's probably, if you look at the Fraser Institute rankings, it's been top 5 since inception. It's a great place to do business. They're very friendly with mining. The other part of the project that we liked was the fact that it was proven. Sterling was an operating gold mine. It operated both an open pit and underground operation. And those operations ceased in 2015 while they were waiting for permits for what we have now, essentially the next phase of open pit mining. What we're calling the Crown Project, which is further to the north from the Sterling Gold Mine, was also another past producing mine. It was operated in the late 90s by a group called Glamis. They engineered, permitted, and constructed a gold mine with a 10-year life of mine. They made the assumption that the price of gold would be $400 an ounce. Unfortunately for them, gold slid away at that point in time, and it ran to about $280 an ounce. So they ran the project for 2 years and shut it down and walked away. The project was reclaimed, the claims were ultimately dropped, and then Imperial Metals, Sterling Gold Mine, staked that ground, and then we acquired it as part of the Sterling Gold Project.
And what were the terms of the acquisition, and who was the largest investor?
The terms of the acquisition was a straight cash transaction to Imperial Metals. It was $10.1 million American to acquire 100% of the project. In terms of the deal, we also gave about 3.6% of Northern Empire to Imperial Metals. So they're a significant shareholder of the company. They have about 3.67%. The single largest shareholder post-transaction is a group called Coeur Mining, and they're one of the largest and oldest US mining companies. They really came in and gave it the technical validation. Their people came in and evaluated the property, the resource, and what we were doing, and they were very excited about it and were willing to put their money into helping us get the deal done.
And what has the team found out since acquiring this asset about it that has them excited?
Well, we actually joke in the office that every time that we kick over a rock at Sterling, we find gold. What has been interesting for us is to actually take a step back and look at this from an exploration focus. Some of the directors of the company are very much exploration oriented, and that's really where we get value. What we've been able to discover as part of this is that the district was really underexplored. We were able to both consolidate the district, get the entire package under one roof, Imperial and Glamis being two separate operators before, and then also take a step back and look at the region. There's a lot of things that we liked about it. Some of the geology is the best host rocks for large tonnage gold deposits within the state of Nevada. It's a formation called the Roberts Mountain Formation, and we were able to acquire several square kilometers of that type of land package just through staking, because nobody had really had an opportunity with the fractured ownership in the past to consolidate it. We'll be taking a step back and putting together a regional exploration program on our 95 square kilometer package of ground, in addition to drilling on the known deposits.
So in addition to that exploration program, what is the plans for the next 6 to 12 months for the company and for the project?
Well, right now we're drilling. Within the Sterling project, we've identified what we're calling the low-hanging fruit. There are opportunities to optimize the Sterling mine, which we're going to be looking at. This is things like metallurgy and that sort of thing. We also, when we evaluated the data in 3D, we realized that there was an opportunity further to the west for what we're calling an unmined Sterling deposit. And we're going to be testing that target. And if that comes in, it's approximately a 500,000 ounce target at very high grade, similar to what was mined at Sterling in the past. So we're going to be evaluating that. Moving to the north onto what we're calling the Crown Project, there's 3 separate deposits there, which are called Daisy, Secret Pass, and SNA. All those deposits are open for expansion. And the resource estimate that we did used a very high cutoff. We used a 1 gram per ton cutoff, which is unconventional for Nevada in this day and age. Most mines actually process about 0.8 grams per ton. Our cutoff is higher than that. So the deposits are going to get bigger, both through, once we confirm and expand the geology of those deposits, and through drilling and discovery. So we've got a lot of work to do. That'll be the first sort of 6 months, is to confirm and expand. And then looking further ahead into sort of the 12-month horizon, we'll be wrapping around an economic study around the entire project and going forward from there.
Well, it sounds like a great investment opportunity. Thank you so much for being with us, Mike.
Thank you.